Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Charmin. I post a lot of tinted mineral sunscreen reviews and demos on my skin tone. I struggle with melasma and hyperpigmentation as well as acne. So if you are struggling from the same issues and you're looking for a good sunscreen product, then check out my playlist up here. I also post makeup tutorials and hair videos. If you're interested in that type of content, then please hit the subscribe button. Today I will be talking about the 5 mistakes I made my melasma worse and how I fixed them. So if you don't know what melasma is a really difficult, hard to treat skin condition, genetic and or hormonal and exacerbated by sun exposure. So here on my skin, I have like patches of dark spots all over my skin, my forehead, my cheeks. Really hard to treat, especially in skin of color, because skin of color is more prone to hyperpigmentation and irritation from different skincare products. So we have to be extra careful to basically treat our melasma. So I developed melasma about a year ago when I started to notice. After the summer was over, 2019 summer, I started to notice that there were some white patches, dark patches on my forehead, some around my cheeks. So it got worse a couple of months ago, and that's when I knew that I had to seek out help from a dermatologist. So my dermatologist gave me a Retin-A product, and I had been using that religiously, but I did not wear sunscreen. So the first mistake I made was not reapplying my sunscreen. So I would apply my sunscreen in the morning, just like most other people, and I would make sure to apply enough, but I would never reapply my sunscreen. Over the past 4 or 5 months, I've discovered that sunscreen reapplication is one of the keys to treating melasma and hyperpigmentation, especially in skin of color. Sunscreens that I'm loving right now are Coats Flawless Skin Complexion Tinted SPF 50, the Dermatology Broad Spectrum SPF 45 Untinted, and the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen SPF 30. So the Coats one and the CeraVe one are both tinted. The Dermatology one is not tinted. I know they have a tinted sunscreen, but I'm not going to be purchasing that because it's too light for my skin tone. The second mistake I made was not using a mineral sunscreen. So my favorite sunscreen product was the Clinique sunscreen, which comes in a yellow bottle. It has a really nice formula, but it's a chemical sunscreen, and when I started to use the Retin-A, it started to, my skin became more sensitive and it would burn every time that I would use it. So I've stopped using that, and I also, after doing some research, found out that mineral sunscreens that provide broad spectrum protection are the best way to treat melasma. It's the key step in melasma treatment. So I make sure to apply a mineral sunscreen every single day, rain or shine, even though we're all mostly stuck inside and have been for a couple of months. I reapply every 2 hours on the dot because, again, my melasma was getting worse, so I didn't want it to become even worse by increased sun exposure. So again, these are the sunscreens that I'm loving right now. I have reviews on all 3 of these sunscreen products. So if you're interested in seeing me demo it and review it, then check out the playlist above. So the third mistake I made that made my melasma worse was using hot water to wash my face and taking hot showers. I love a good steamy shower, and every time that I would wash my face, I would use lukewarm to hot water. I thought, it would be opening up my pores. This was back before I knew that pores don't really open and close that way, but actually temperatures that are extremely hot and temperatures that are extremely cold on the skin can be really bad. It's especially bad to use hot or heat any kind of hot water on your skin if you have melasma and if you are struggling to get rid of your melasma, because anything that's heat is going to activate something called the melanocyte cells in your skin, and it's going to increase your melasma. So after I've done some research and have followed a lot of the YouTubers who talk a lot about these conditions, I basically stopped using hot water to both shower and face. So I no longer use hot water. I try and use cool water, especially in the summer when I'm trying to cool my skin down, or room temperature water, but I will not use it even on my hair. Even when I'm washing my hair, I don't use hot water. I also stopped steaming my face. So if you're someone who loves steaming your face and you're struggling with hyperpigmentation or melasma, don't stop. Don't do it. You're going to regret it later. I used to do that, and it's only made my hyperpigmentation worse. So the next mistake I made that made my melasma worse was to not use a real cleanser. And what I mean by that is, for about 5 or 6 years, I have been using the Dove soap bar. It's the pink bar to wash my face. And I used it because every single face wash that I had used up until that point would irritate my skin, or I would get little acne breakouts. So, I knew that there was something about these cleansers that were breaking me out. And so I thought at the time that the best way to deal with that issue was to just stop using the cleansers altogether. So I purchased a Dove soap bar. It's just the regular bar soap, and I'd been using that for years. The issue is that it has fragrance in it. So since I've begun my journey to clear my melasma and hyperpigmentation, I found out that fragrance irritates the skin. So anything with fragrance is going to irritate your skin, and irritation leads to hyperpigmentation, or worse, melasma. So since then, I have stopped using the Dove soap bar, and I've started to use a gentle facial cleanser. So the one I have been loving is the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. My teenage brother also loves that cleanser. It's wonderful. If you're looking for a soap-free, non-irritating, non-drying, fragrance-free cleanser, and you're struggling with the same skin concerns that I am, I highly recommend that you purchase the Vanicream cleanser. It's wonderful. One of my favorite YouTubers, Dr. Dre, has recommended this product for a really long time, and it's worked out really wonderfully for my skin. I don't feel like my skin is stripped after I use it anymore, even when I'm on retin-A. The next mistake I made was not doing my research on active ingredients. So as a person who is a skin of color and struggling with melasma, I had to look into ingredients that were safe for my skin tone because it's more prone to hyperpigmentation and irritation. So I hadn't been doing that up until some time ago, up until a couple of months ago. And since then, I found a number of actives that really are giving me good results, as well as in combination with tretinoin, which is a retin-A. It's a prescription drug that's used for anti-aging purposes and acne. If you'd like a skincare video on how I treat my hyperpigmentation, and melasma, then let me know down below. But active ingredients that I love are vitamin C, which I've been using for years anyway, but I love the vitamin C, retin-A, and azelaic acid. So these are some of the ingredients that I'm using, but again, let me know down below if you'd like a full skincare routine on the products I use that are really affordable to treat my melasma and hyperpigmentation. Bonus mistake that I made was basically pushing through irritation of a product that I'm using just because it is known to be an effective ingredient to treat my skin concern. I started retin-A. It was causing me a lot of irritation for the first couple of days, for the first couple of months actually, and I noticed my skin was red, my skin was peeling a lot. It was really sensitive to the touch. Anytime I put a cream on it or anything like that, it would burn, even if it was fragrance free. So my thinking was that, if it's peeling and if it's sensitizing my skin, then it must be working, right? I just have to push through the irritation to make sure that the to ensure that I finally get the benefits, right? That's all I have to do. Wrong. So Retin-A is great. All of these active ingredients are great, but if any product is giving you irritation, it's going to make your melasma and hyperpigmentation worse. What I started to do instead is basically I use a Vanicream moisturizer cream after washing my face. I let that dry and then I put my Retin-A on. And I don't have, increasingly sensitized skin anymore. I don't have redness. It doesn't hurt or it doesn't burn anymore. But that is the wrong way to think about it, especially if you have skin of color. I can say it from my personal experience that it made my hyperpigmentation worse. These are the mistakes that I made personally and have changed and learned from that have really made a difference in my melasma and hyperpigmentation. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if I will be posting soon a skincare video of all of the products that I use to control my melasma and hyperpigmentation. So keep a lookout on that video and let me know if you have more sunscreen recommendations down below. I'm trying to look for mineral sunscreens that work on my skin tone. That's it for now. So thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you. I will see you next time.